You're listening to The Jay Palmer Show.
Oh, what is up? Sorry I didn't have a show last weekend. I bought this game called Emerge NYC and I got stuck in it. Like I was getting frustrated because I couldn't figure some shit out on it, and I was bound and determined to figure it out. And come to find out, it was just broken. The game was broken. Like, they need to update it and fix it. It's not really a fix. I mean, it's an alpha build, so it's not even out yet. But what I was trying to do is it was not working because the game is broke, not because I couldn't figure it out. But for some reason, I just decided to drive myself insane by constantly trying to figure it out. So, but we're here. We're back. We're back from Colorado, obviously. It's been 2 weeks. Oh, guys, I didn't really... I should have done a recap show about that last week, but I mean, it is what it is. I actually did another show in Colorado. I don't know if I want. It's not really a show. Is it a show? I mean, I'm gonna have to listen to it again. But it it was basically I was already stoned, and I was trying to. I can't remember what I was trying to do. I'm gonna have to listen to it. It's been 2 weeks since I listened to it, and I don't know if I want to put it on. I've been thinking like. I don't like, I mean, considering what happened after the show, after I was done recording, I wish I would have stayed on longer. I wish I would have stayed on longer to kind of see what happened, to show what happened afterwards. But, you know, the more I think about it, that would have been impossible because my setup at the time, I thought I figured out a way to have friends join with the podcast, but the setup wasn't working, and I should have bought a mixer to do it correctly. And I don't know what the hell happened, but I couldn't get any audio from the podcast when I downloaded my podcast to my computer. I couldn't get any audio, but when I pushed record on my Zoom, I could listen to the show fine. So I had to re-record the show on to what the hell is that called? That recording software on Audacity straight from my recorder in order to put it live on the internet. Why is there a naked chick on my TV right now? Whew. Anyway. All I saw was a hairy bush. There it goes. So yeah, I had that kind of freaked me out a little bit, but I managed to get it online. Managed to get it up there. But yeah, but back to what I was saying. I really... And honestly, I'm not going to be able to recreate that high I had when I first did it. But it went crazy for me anyway. I couldn't stop laughing at one point, and it was a good time. I really, really enjoyed. I've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed it every time afterwards. And honestly, I could do another weed show because I've got like enough supply to probably last me 6 months, and I'm going back. I'm definitely going to go back. I might do edibles. I should do edibles next time. Everybody's telling me not to do edibles, but everybody told me not to do a lot of things, and I did it, and I don't regret it. When somebody tells you not to do something, that's just based on their own perception of the world and not on yours, based on their values and perceptions and what they live by, not what you live by. And as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're completely fine. I mean, that's just the way I see it. But then again, that's me putting my values and perception onto you. But that's what I'm just saying. If you're not hurting anybody, what's the fucking problem? What is the fucking problem? But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could do a show while high. Like I mean, because that whole show really wasn't me. That was more of me explaining my trip to there, and then it led up to me getting high. And then at the point where I shut the show off, I was on my way down the rabbit hole, but I wasn't in the rabbit hole yet. The whole body numb part where I just felt fucking good. It was just fucking, I felt good. And then it was on. The giggles came in. I couldn't do the giggle thing without somebody else anyway, because I think it's from my experience so far with weed, with THC, is your high is really determined on your environment. Whether you're depressed, you're anxious, you're giggly. I mean, for me anyway, that's just the way I've been. And I got high all 3 days I was in Colorado, and each high was different. And even I got stoned a week ago. And it was weird. It was all in my head. It really wasn't in my body, but it was in my head. And I was kind of paranoid. It wasn't a freaky paranoid, but it was weird. It was weird. And then last night, I did it again. And actually, I'll tell you last night. So Monday or Tuesday, I slept on my head wrong, and I've had I've had a sore neck the entire week, and I've just been doing ibuprofen once in the morning and once when I get off work, or once before I go to bed. It's there. It's achy. So I smoked last night, and like 3 puffs into it, and that pain is gone. It's just gone. And I like started moving my head, and I'm like, well, fuck. It's like, I mean, that really shows you the medicinal part of it. And it was just like, fuck, I've been taking ibuprofen every day for a week, and ibuprofen, it's not good for your kidneys. And it's like, I take weed once, and like, I mean, it's still sore today, but it's not like it was the past week where I could hardly move my head to the right at all. I mean, I could, but it was really painful. And then one session with weed, and it's gone. I can actually move my head again. I mean, I had that experience. See, I can't really correlate it to it. I mean, I don't have any hard proof. But when I broke my wrist, like, I was taking CBD, and I felt like I recovered quicker than what I should have. And the pain really wasn't there. I'm just curious what weed would have done. If 3 puffs into it and it's gone, it's like shit. I'm not saying it would have healed my wrist, but I'm saying the pain would have been non-existent. So, but yeah, I'm on the train, folks. I am on the train. There's this book I just found on Reddit. There's an AMA. It's called Sexual. Or wait a minute. How to get laid using your intuition. I may actually read that book. Apparently, this lady teaches you See, I don't really agree with this. She teaches you how to find what you like and use it to get laid. I mean, it's not really hard to find what you like. Because there's words and then there's your actions. Your words don't mean shit. I mean, you can sit here all day and say, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, and I'm going to be this. And then your actions do something else. Your actions are what you like. Listen to your actions. I mean, that's truth. Like, that's what is. Your thoughts aren't what is. Your thoughts are in your head. Your actions are what are just, they are what they are. That's what is. It's like a tree. A tree is there. Your thought can make it anything. Your thoughts can make it into a boat, a house, or whatever, but it's still a tree. It's just there. So, I mean, and that's just what she's saying is find what you enjoy doing, and that's going to attract people to you. Because women are attracted to driven people, driven men who are on a mission to get something. If you just sit there all day and smoke weed and don't do anything, but then again, actually, she's onto something, because if you find a girl who just smokes weed all day and does nothing, you're gonna get laid. She actually called it something. I thought it was pretty funny. Let me scroll down here, see if I can find it. Oh shit! I probably lost it. Oh wait a minute. No, did I? Oh, here we go. She said she tries to find people. She tries to help people find their fuck frequency, and that's what that is. Your fuck frequency is, finding somebody that enjoys doing the same things you are, because that to them is attractive. It's engaging them. I mean, I'm not gonna attract women who are into football players, because I'm not a football player. I may attract podcasting women. I mean, that's just gaming chicks. I mean, we're on the same fuck frequency. Whatever it is, that thing you identify with is, I think, is what she's saying is your fuck frequency. But the problem is are you gonna let that? Are you gonna let that? Are you gonna live in bondage to that? That's the question. That's what you don't want. I always tell people, don't try not to identify with anything. You have to rise above it. You have to rise above your physical self and use your physical self to bring happiness and joy and find what you enjoy doing. And as long as that's not hurting anybody, like I said, it's completely fine. And there's something on Reddit I did earlier in the week that I think I wanted to talk about. But comments. Oh, where's it at? Yeah. Yeah. I thought I wanted. I can't remember what it was. Was it earlier in the week? Oh, is this it? I only got 2 upvotes on that. So okay, yeah. So there's an article on Reddit talking about single parents struggling, like the struggle of being a single parent and raising a kid and doing family stuff. And I comment on that, and I said basically, A strong family unit is not only important for family and survival, but it's also the strength and survival of a nation and the people in that nation. And nobody really replied to it, but and it's not coming from a religious standpoint. Like, from what I see in the world, I just like I don't know when this started. I don't know why it's even a thing, but I feel like there's an attack. There's an attack on family. And I think it has more to do with religion than it has with family. I think people are so just disgusted with religion because of the way the people in religion have been in the past 100-some years. People are just disconnecting from it. But I have a big problem with, bashing on families and like stepping away from families, because a family, 400 or 500 years ago, a family made or break you. That was your survival. If you didn't have a strong family, you would be dead. That's where kingdoms came from. A king and a queen and all that stuff. That's a strong family unit. And I think the same concept applies today. If you don't have a strong family unit, everything else in your life is going to be chaos because you don't have that foundation. In order to be healthy and successful, you need a good foundation. You can't just be going at the whim on everything, and I think that's where society is wrong right now. Where I think we need to focus on families. I think if we focus more on families, we'd be more loving and caring to one another. Because if we don't even like our own families, like, what makes you think people are going to go around and love everybody else? Those are the same people. That's the same blood and genes and all that stuff, and you're hating on them. You're basically just creating hate and discord within a society when you don't have strong families. And if you don't have a strong family at home, what makes you going to think you're going to have one at work? If you don't have one great one at work, it just spreads. It's like locusts that just go around and eat everything and destroy it. But that's just my opinion. I thought that was interesting. So I had my first. Is that my first? Yeah. So on was it Tuesday, Wednesday? It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I had my first patient death. I've been pretty close to death with my with patients, but I've never been in there while it happened. And I just, it was weird. It was weird, and it's kind of hard to explain. It was just weird how fast it happens, and this dude was a DNR, so we couldn't do anything. And I think that was the weirdest part of it is we took this guy down for a scan. We moved him to the table, and he's like joking and talking and everything. And then we lay him flat. And then by the time, but between the time we laid him flat and calling it was maybe 10 minutes. And the point to where he was going and to where he was dead was maybe 3 minutes. And that really fucks with my mind a little bit. Like it happens that quick, where this guy was joking around and being goofy to being dead in 10 minutes. And like I said, the weirdest part is just watching it. He's a DNR, so you can't touch him. That's what he chose. Just sitting there watching this guy like take his last breath. And it's just I had a coworker who's pretty new. He was holding his hand, and he went from holding his hand, really squeezing his hand hard. 'Cause we think he had a heart attack. He squeezed his hand hard to just slowly just letting go. So basically, he felt this guy's dying hand in his hand. And we're forever going to be connected to that guy because he died right in front of us. Some random guy. He was 45 years old. He was a drug user. But still, that doesn't make it any better or worse or whatever. He chose it. That was his lifestyle, and that really got me thinking about like that really like you determine how you live your life, and that guy decided to live a crazy life with drugs and alcohol and craziness, and 45 years is what this world gave him, which isn't that long. And it really, you're like, man, I need to take care of myself. I'm 34, and it's just like, it really puts things into perspective. Like you need to live your life, but in a smart way where you're not gonna, because every action you choose determines how soon or how much later your life is gonna extend. And it's like I've said this before. I mean, I've been stuck in this trap where I've always been about it's all about making money. You got to make money and all this stuff, and money comes first. And no, your health and wellness should be number one on that list, because if you don't have that, you don't have anything else. And if you can't, if that's the only thing you can do in your life is health and wellness, and you can't really go on to that next step and make money and be successful, that is completely fine. Because I would rather be a poor or middle class person and be healthy than a rich, wealthy person and have heart failure or kidney failure or all the other bullshit, or stress or high blood pressure that leads to heart problems, to heart failure. If your body isn't wired to do those things to where you can make money and be successful and do all that stuff, that's okay. That's completely fine. You just need to live your life to where you're happy, and that's Daniel on Discord. Eyes on shithead, shoot this shit bird. That's what he said. I don't know what that means, but totes my goats. Let's see what else he's going to say. He's typing something. I've got cotton mouth right now. Inbred dickwad. That's what he said next. Eyes on shithead, shoot this shit bird. Inbred dickwad. I don't know what he's on, but all the power to him. All the power to him. All right. I don't got much else, guys. I'm on the weed boat. I'm on the boat. I really want to. Let's jump in there and see what he's up to. Hi, Daniel. Daniel. Hello. Ah. Are you on the shitter? I'm podcasting right now, so I'm actually recording.
No, I'm not on the shitter.
Okay, good. Because there was an echo there for a second. I'm like, oh well.
I was watching a video.
Oh, that's good. So what is this eyes on shithead, shoot this shitbird thing mean?
It's lines from GTA 5. It's what the cops say whenever they're chasing you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't think I've heard eyes on shithead. Maybe I probably have.
You never heard that?
I've heard the inbred dickwad one a million times. And that's right up there with the video store closing store or the camera store.
Video camera place closing soon.
So
I've got film equipment to return.
Yeah, I had a great stonage session last night.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Still going strong, right?
Still going strong. I'm really trying hard to preserve my stash because that's a 7-hour drive. But I've been. It's been 2 weeks, and I got high last night. I got high, I think last Friday, and then I think the Wednesday after that.
Oh, damn.
So I'm just trying to. I mean, like I said, 7 puffs and I'm good. I think last night I was into like 9th or 10th puff, and I felt fucking.
And the first time it was
great.
what, 3?
The first time, that's what I was just telling my podcast audience. Like, I think it was 3, and then I was like, it was on the happy land.
Yeah.
No, I noticed last night, or
So you can definitely notice the more you do it, the more your body's building up tolerance to it.
yeah, and okay, I can't. This is hard to explain, but after I do it, like for a couple days, I feel good. Like it's not a high, but it's like a body thing. It's like this thing where like
Kind of relax.
I'm relaxed, and it feels it's really nice. It's nothing dangerous. I'm not stoned or anything, but
Right.
it's just like, man, this is fucking
But
nice.
just puts you in a good mood for a few days.
Yeah, and like right now, like I'm just fucking relaxed. I'm just like, oh,
See, now I want that.
dude, you're gonna
Maybe-
have it on.
maybe-
Was it June 1st, July 1st?
Well, actually, it was supposed to be July 1st, but now I think it's pushed back till August.
Oh man,
Yeah, it got delayed. Swear to God, Rockstar's running it.
gotta update something, you know.
Yeah,
But
gotta update the laws.
but okay, so on Tuesday, I mentioned this already in the podcast, but on Tuesday, I Monday or Tuesday night, I slept on my head wrong, and my neck was aching all week, and I've
You
been
slept on your head wrong. How's that possible?
I don't know. It was, I can't explain it. But anyway, so my neck, I couldn't turn my head to the right like all week, and I just take some ibuprofen, and it kind of calms down a little bit. But last night,
Right.
2.5 puffs into weed, and my neck is fucking great again. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just like, it's a miracle
So you know
drug.
what they say: throw out all your pills and buy more marijuana.
Exactly. What's really fucked up
Yep.
is this is like a felony in like so many ways.
Yeah. Well, move to Canada this summer. It's going to be legal coast to coast.
Oh, I really want to move somewhere. I wouldn't smoke it every day, but I think I would do.
I mean,
it, maybe
you don't have to move far. It's just on the other side of the border.
make it once or twice a week, and like I'll be good. But yeah, I mean, like my tolerance to it is different than what it was, but
Oh yeah.
it's still. I don't know if I mentioned, but each high has been different for me. Like last Friday was more of a head high, and I got a little paranoid. And then that Wednesday night was more of a relaxed high, and last night was kind of a mix between the head and the
Oh, okay.
But yeah, good times.
Well, I mean, I guess as long as you're enjoying it.
It's fucking great, man. I'm probably gonna take it to. I don't know if I want to say it's my podcast. Oh fuck it, yeah. I'm probably gonna take it to my brother's wedding in Iowa. I don't know if he. I think I'm thinking about going back to Colorado, getting something for him for a wedding gift for him and
that'd be
his
pretty good.
wife. Get him like an edible or something.
Yeah, well, honestly, whenever it becomes legal here, well, I have tried it a few years ago, but, actually smoking a joint is not really my kind of thing. Same with smoking cigarettes, never really was into it. But when it becomes legal, I'd like to try either it in vape form, because, vape doesn't really seem to bother me that much, or I want to try edibles.
I'll tell you, you still. I don't know what I've never smoked a joint, but the vape form, it the first time it hit my lungs so hard. I mean, I don't know if you listened to that podcast.
Yeah, you cough your lungs out. Pretty much.
Yeah, and it like the first couple times you hit it, it'll do that, but after that, it's not as bad as the first time.
Well, I mean, it's the same with smoking a cigarette, right? You try a cigarette for the first time, you're going to cough your lungs out.
Yeah, I can't remember. Have I ever
Until the first couple times you build a tolerance to it.
I think I've smoked a cigar once in my life. Yeah, that's because I got bronchitis like a month afterwards, and it was horrible. But Yeah, I don't.
That's
I
great.
just. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to smell like weed, and I don't want. I just like. I don't want the actual plant on me because I feel like I can get in trouble a lot faster.
But this way, like, if you buy something, like, I have no idea. I've never researched how edibles work. Like, I don't know if it's something you buy and you can put into whatever food you want, or if you actually already buy it in food form and then eat it. But whatever it is, just think of all the possibilities you could do with that, right? I mean, if it's, say, like, I don't know, a liquid that comes in like an eyedropper bottle that you could put in any food you're making, can you imagine all the possibilities you could do with that?
Yeah, I mean,
That'd be pretty cool.
That's like the CBD that I'm using is like what you're describing. Is I can cook with it. I can put it under my tongue. I can vape it.
I mean, that's pretty fucking cool.
I can stick it in my asshole if I wanted to. I mean,
probably wouldn't recommend it, but
I mean, it's the same dropper, so I don't want to do too many things with it because I don't want to stick my ass into my mouth. I'm just saying. I mean, some people are into that, but
yeah, some people.
Now,
put a couple drops in your cough medicine. I mean, probably wouldn't recommend that one, but
I wonder what that would do. I mean, that would are you okay? Cough medicine. Are you talking about Dayquil or NyQuil? Because
well, either or, whatever floats your boat.
Because that NyQuil, you'd be sleeping like under that whole masturbation before you fall asleep thing. That would be like that'd be a race for
non-existent.
A race for time. Like ah! Oh my god! Then you just pass out.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh no, yeah. The place where I bought my what was it? The THCU, the Trinidad Higher Calling U, or whatever it's called. They had like it came in a soda bottle, but you could drink it. They had like brownies, I know, and they have they had this powder stuff where you could. I don't know how to use it, but I think you can like put it into like a drink, kind of like like protein powder. It comes in that form,
kind of like you'd pour in like flavored water or something.
Yeah, and that
it's like Tang.
I should have bought some of that.
Do you remember that?
I remember Tang. I remember. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. That's fucking nasty.
Tang is pretty disgusting. And there's a naked chick on my TV again. What the fuck?
Nice. But
Mila Kunis has a bra on.
So whenever you bought your stuff, like, I'm assuming that whenever it becomes legal here, it's going to be the exact same thing. But whenever you buy your liquid, is it the same as other vaping products that it comes in a certain percentage? Like, I know regular vaping, like, you have your percentage of nicotine. Like, does this have a percentage of THC, or is it all the same?
It does, and I didn't. I don't know if I told you this, but so the stuff I got the first day I was there is 500 milligrams. So it's 500 milligrams per bottle. So it's a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're new to weed, they recommend like, what was it, 10 to 15 milligrams, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get 500. So I went back to another store to get. Originally I was just gonna get a couple more of the little cartridges you just vape out of, but she goes, oh no, we got refillable stuff, so you can just refill it in the cartridge you have. I'm like, okay, great, I'll get that. And I chose the indica because I kind of want one that'll bring me down and not kind of it'll bring me down and not hyper me up and all that shit. And I'm like, okay, so we have this. She goes, oh yeah, it's this, and it's like $50 a thing, which is I just figured that because it costs a lot of money. So I look at when I got it out to my car and I looked at it, it's 1,000 fucking milligrams.
Holy shit!
I'm like, fucking. So
wow.
I haven't tried it yet because I haven't ran out of the stuff I have now, but I'm looking forward to the day I do. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, you're going to be body stoned. You're not going to be able to move.
Well, no, I actually watched a guy on YouTube. He ate half a brownie that was 1,000 milligram, and he said he couldn't move.
Oh, God. So
I'm like, oh. And I really...
He only ate half of it, so he ate pretty well 500 milligrams.
He ate 500 milligrams. He couldn't, he was like... And this is a guy that smokes weed every single day.
Wow.
And I'm a week and a half into this shit.
And you're already on 500.
And I'm already on the 500, and that's... I should really, like, see how far I could go. Like, instead of stopping at 7, I should, like, stop at, like, 12 and see if I die. I'm not going to die, but... I've
Something to look forward to, I guess.
I'll just sit here and, like, the seasons will pass by, and I'll wake up, like, 3 years from now. I'll be like...
Work will be calling, wondering where you are.
Be like, oh, I got stoned 2 years ago. It's like, where'd this beard come from?
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to...
The joys of marijuana.
The joys of marijuana. Oh, wait, I could probably... You're probably going to be able to hear it. Oh, no. Where the fuck? Oh, there it is. This is going to be weird for my...
The Jay Palmer Show is hosted on Podbean.
You can't hear that, can you?
Download the app on iOS
What's
and Android
that?
and listen anytime, anywhere.
I just played my outro for my podcast.
Oh, no, I can't hear
Because
it.
I'm ending the show right here. And it's
Okay,
you
good.
ending the show, basically.
Okay. Thank you for listening to The Jay Palmer Show.
Oh, God, that's great. It's like Daniel Inception. He's here, but he's not here, but he's here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, that's great. How long is this show? The show is about... Oh, yay. I just did an hour podcast almost.
Nice.
About 10 minutes short.
And I was only in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's all right, though. I just saw you on there. I was like, oh, let's get Daniel in here.
Kind of impromptu.
Because I saw you writing Red Dickwad on the thing. I'm like, what the hell's he talking about? What the hell is this shit? I have to know.